Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Welcome back, everybody, to Chronicles by Fleisch, the 1998 version. I am your host, Brad Drake, and this is World Championship Wrestling, everybody. It is a big night. It is SLAMBOREE 1998, and we are getting ready to roll here. So let's go ahead and forward out and get to our card. And here we go. So, we've made some adjustments to our pay-per-view providers, so we are going to use Time Warner, who is all over the place here. And we are also going to use Star Sports India, who is in business with us. All right, so there are our pay-per-view selections. We're good to go. This is a big pay-per-view for us. Absent workers. NWO Sting has that serious injury. He's going to be out for another 6 months. Backstage incidents. Dean Malenko is working with his protege, Prince Iakea. All right, let's check this out now for our venue. I would like to run the United Center. We can get up to 25,000 fans here. So let's see if we can get a bigger arena than the United Center in Chicago. Okay, United Center is 23,000. You know what? The United Center is perfect. So we're going to pick the United Center. I don't know what the real venue they used, but I don't put too much stock in that nowadays because of the way TEW 2020 is. You have to try to capitalize on your best opportunities here. All right, let's take a look at what we have going on for our card here. This is a culmination of all of the feuds that we have ran for this past month in the game, and in some cases, the past month plus. So we have 10 matches here, 10 matches on the card, and we're even going to run some pre-shows too. We're not going to run pre-shows like we usually run, where they're just squashes. We're going to run some other pre-show matches here. So our card is going to feature Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio Jr. in their feud. Jushin Thunder Liger against Ultimo Dragon for the World Cruiserweight title. That's going to be a big one. Konnan against Bryan Adams here. We're going to see Chris Jericho challenge Rick Martel for that World Television title. Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog himself, is going to lock horns with the total package Lex Luger in a power versus power, babyface versus babyface match. Up next, we're going to see Kevin Nash in there against the Giant, and this one is going to be the blow-off to their big feud. Scott Hall and the Nature Boy Ric Flair are going to battle it out here. This is going to be the apex of their feud. Curt Hennig is going to challenge Diamond Dallas Page for that U.S. heavyweight title. This, again, is a rematch from Starrcade when Diamond Dallas Page took that title from Curt Hennig. Harlem Heat is in the semi-main against the Steiner brothers, and the World Tag Team title is on the line. Our main event, everybody, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, is challenging Sting for the Heavyweight Championship of the world. This is a big main event. This is a big card. This is a good, solid card for 1998 WCW. So with that said, everybody, with all of that said, let's get to booking. And here we go with our pre-matches. I have never done enough of this, and so now I'm doing it because it does help your attendance, everybody. So we're going to pre-book this oh, what the heck? We are going to add this match to the booking sheet. This is our opener. These two are going to go 10 minutes. We are going to have Eddie Guerrero get the win. We are going to have him get the win by cheating, because this feud is not going to be over with these two. These two have a lot of good matches to come here, in my opinion. We are next. We have Liger challenging Ultimo Dragon for that title. We're going to add that to the booking sheet. This one's going to go 16 minutes. We're going to have it as a technical masterclass, okay? I know we don't have that on the spreadsheet, but this is the way we're going to do it. And we're going to leave this one open-ended because I'm cool with Ultimo Dragon dropping the title to Jushin Liger. But if he doesn't, I'm cool with that too. So we're going to go ahead and book this one out. Yes, we're going to leave it on the road agent. I believe our next bout is Konnan against Adams here. And I'm correct. So here we go. Konnan against Brian Adams. Brian Adams is going to get the win here. In real life, Brian Adams would turn and join the NWO. But in our save, we're not doing that. We don't need the NWO to be any bigger. And Brian Adams should have a pretty good babyface run here. He's a good pickup. He was in his prime at this point. I was not a fan of early Brian Adams as Crush. I thought he was clumsy and sloppy in the ring. I don't feel that way about him here in 1998. I think he got it together and figured it out and had a lot more experience. All right, Chris Jericho against Rick Martel is up next. That World Television title is on the line. This one we're also going to leave open-ended. I'm cool with Rick Martel getting the win and keeping the title, and I'm also cool with Chris Jericho winning that title. So we're going to leave that one also on the road agent. Up next, Smith and Luger. We're going to add that one to the booking sheet. Lex Luger is going to get the win here. Lex Luger is the one getting the push here. As much as I appreciate Davey Boy Smith's efforts at this point, Davey Boy Smith is not what Davey Boy Smith was 10 years prior. Kevin Nash against the Giant here. This one's going to go 12. I'm going to add that to the booking sheet. So here we go. Nash and the Giant. We're going to have the Giant get the win and close out this feud. At some point, WCW needs to get wins over the NWO, and that's exactly what we have going on here. I think Hall and Flair are next, but let's double check. They are. All right, so we have Hall and Flair, and Scott Hall is going to get the win by cheating over Ric Flair. I'm happy to have WCW get wins, babyfaces get wins, but I'm also cool with the NWO doing NWO stuff and getting their wins. So this one is booked. Up next, we have Hennig and Page. And we are also going to leave this one open-ended because I am perfectly fine with Curt Hennig winning back the U.S. Heavyweight title. I'm also perfectly fine with Diamond Dallas Page retaining the U.S. title. I was not a fan of Diamond Dallas Page back in 1998. As a matter of fact, I couldn't stand the guy. Really, I did not like the guy one bit. I didn't like his in-ring work. I didn't like his attitude. As a 16, 17-year-old kid, I just did not like the guy. I also didn't like when he wore jeans and rib wraps for 6 months and started taping his arms all the way up for no reason. I just didn't like his presentation. All these years later, I have a lot more respect for him. And I'll leave it at that. All right, Harlem Heat against the Steiner brothers. These two teams always have terrific matches. I'm perfectly fine with Harlem Heat winning the title. I'm perfectly happy with the Steiner brothers retaining the World Tag Team belts. So either one that wins here is cool with me. We'll leave that up to the road agent. All right, so that one's booked. Randy Savage against Sting here. This one is going to go 25 minutes. Sting is going to get the win, but here is an interesting play at hand here, everybody. Randy Savage is going to accidentally get hit by Hollywood Hogan, causing him to lose the bout. In this case, Sting's back would be turned. He really wouldn't know what happened, that type of thing. Sting is going to get the win and retain the title. And what's going to happen here with Hogan and Savage? Are we potentially looking at Randy Savage leaving the NWO? Well, Savage and Hogan are going to get heated here after the match. So this one is on the booking sheet. All right, that's all our pre-bookings here, everybody. We are good to go for that. Let's get some, let's do four pre-show matches. I usually don't do them on pay-per-views. We're going to do it here. All right, let's do some entertaining, let's do an entertaining cruiserweight match. So let's open up with a cruiserweight tag team match. So let's have the Dancing Fools in there, which of course is Alex Wright and Disco Inferno. Let's have them get in the ring here with, where are our teams here? There we go. Guerrero and Lizmark Jr. Let's have them get in there with Guerrero and Lizmark Jr. Let's go 8 minutes on this bout. And so we have the Dancing Fools versus Guerrero and Lizmark Jr. All right, I'm cool with either team getting the win here. That's just fine with me. Let's add another bout here. This one will be a singles bout. Who do we want to put on in here? Who do we want to feature? Let's exclude the already featured. So let's have the Great Muta get a win here. And let's have the Great Muta get the win over Jim Neidhart. All right. Neidhart versus Muta. Muta with the W. Good match. Gets the Anvil a payday. We'll take it. All right, let's get ourselves another dark match going here. We'll go with an 8-minute bout here for this one. Dark. Who do we want to use here next? All right, we do have Tully Blanchard. We have Barry Windham on hand here. We have a lot of opportunity here. Why don't we have Steve Regal? We're in Chicago. Oh, Steve McMichael would get a big ovation here. This is a good match. McMichael versus Regal. Good match for Chicago, especially a dark match. All right, so we'll get that one going. And this Neidhart and Muta match did not need to be 10 minutes. Okay, and let's finish it off here with one more tag match, more serious tag match. Let's give it 12 minutes pre-show. Dark. Why don't we get a slobber knocker going here? Let's have Wrath and Mortis in there against you know what? Let's not do that. Let's have Bagwell and Norton in there against Blanchard and Windham. Yeah, I like that one. Blanchard and Windham versus Vicious and Delicious. Chicago is Horseman country. This would be a good place for Tully Blanchard to be. Let's leave this one open. Nah, we got to have Tully Blanchard get the win. We have to. Let Tully Blanchard get the W. There we go. Let's go ahead and run this one, everybody, and let's see how we do. All right, so there you go. Guerrero, Juventud Guerrero and Lizmark Jr. get the win over the Dancing Fools. 46, good stuff. I'll take it. Looks like we got a sellout here in the United Center. Oh, no. The Neidhart gets a badly herniated disc. Ooh, the Anvil's going to be down for a long time. Ouch. 61 for that bout. That one hurts. Steve Regal gets the win over Mongo here with the Regalplex 70 for this match. And our tag match gets a nice score here after Tully Blanchard beats Scott Norton with that Blanchard and Wyndham double slingshot suplex. Right, good stuff. Here we go. Eddie Guerrero over Rey Mysterio Jr. They get a 76. That's a good score for an opening bout. Look at this one. Real nice score here. Jushin Liger with the win over Ultimo Dragon. He wins that World Cruiserweight title. 82 overall for these two. Good stuff. They have great chemistry. That's good to see. This is a good match. Really good match. 82. Good stuff. I like it. Brian Adams with that win over Konnan. I changed his finisher from that choke slam back over to his original full Nelson slam because we got the Giant using the choke slam. Nobody else needs to be using it. All right, up next here, Chris Jericho and Rick Martel. Chris Jericho gets the win over the aging veteran Rick Martel with that Lion Tamer, and Rick Martel had been one hell of a world television champion, but it's time for a change, and Jericho gets the win. Good stuff, 73 for those two. Davey Boy Smith and Lex Luger get a 77 here. Luger gets the win with that running forearm smash. Luger wasn't really using that as a finisher much back then, so we'll have to make a change on that, but for now, I'm cool with it. All right, the Giant gets the win over Kevin Nash with that choke slam. Kevin Nash, of course, has that bad injury himself, and it's going to be that way for a couple more months. Just nothing we can do with these injuries. We just got to deal with them. And we're not working a hard style here either with WCW in 1998. But a good score for that match. Outstanding score here for this match. Really good score. I forgot I still got Louis Spicoli with Scott Hall. But that's okay. Scott Hall gets the win here over Ric Flair using that Razor's Edge, also known as the Outsider's Edge at this point in time. 87 overall for these two. Lots of green. Green equals money. Up next here, Curt Hennig and Diamond Dallas Page. And Hennig falls prey to that Diamond Cutter, and Page makes defense number 26. 84 and an 83 gets us a 79. We have to be taking a hit here for their ages. It's the only logical explanation. There it is. Curt Hennig penalized for physical ability. All right. Up next here, our semi-main, the Steiner brothers get the win here over Harlem Heat. And like I said before, 77 outstanding score for these two teams. And I'm cool with this. That's all right. You know, that's a good little feud we had going here. I could have seen this happening back in 98. It would have been a hot feud. I like it. And Steiner brothers remain World Tag Team Champions. Here comes our big main event here. 91 overall. 99-87 gets us a 91. I'll take it, everybody. Sting makes defense number 16 of that World Heavyweight title. Good stuff. I think the Macho Man is showing... Macho Man's penalized for chemistry with the manager? Come on. Surprisingly, neither one of these men are showing any age wear, and that's not edited, so that's all right. Hey, that's an outstanding score, 91 for that match. And we get an 80 with Savage and Hogan here. That's kind of BS. That should have been higher than that. But let's see, especially with these two popularity in the Great Lakes region. But what are you going to do? Let's see how this one ends up here. We get a nice 92 outstanding score for this pay-per-view. We have to point out Randy Savage here. We have to point out Stinger. And we have to point out Ric Flair. Ric Flair had an outstanding score here on this show. So great performance, great performance, great performance. We're going to make that speech. Savage is pleased, Sting is pleased, and Ric Flair is happy. Of course, we're maxed out in popularity in some of the areas. There's just not a whole lot we can do about that, everybody. All right, this one is in the books. It's going to bring us back to the main screen here. I already have Nitro for tomorrow night laid out, and I may, right after this, record another episode with Nitro, but I'm just not sure yet. We'll see. I don't have, this save we're not doing every single day of the save like we have done before. We're popping in and following up when we can, and I think you as the viewing public are perfectly cool with that. That's right, we have let Pedro Morales go. I didn't see any reason to keep him around as a road agent, especially since I have the services of one Tully Blanchard now at this point. All right, USA area battle results. We have beat the WWF, yes. All right, 401,000 viewers for worldwide, 77,000 viewers for pro, SLAMBOREE gets 2.3 million viewers. An excellent buy rate here of 4.64. Buy rate 2.3 million buys. Norton's tired. Neidhart's badly injured here. Let's check on Neidhart. See if we can get him a surgery. And I hate to say it, but this might be the end of the Anvil's run here. 1 year. Wow. Let's take the risk. Oh, no. Oh, no. It went worse. He's out for 15 months now. That sucks. I think this is going to be the end of the career here with Jim Neidhart with WCW. In reality, this was in September of '98 was when Davey Boy Smith got that serious injury and was never back with WCW again. All right, Hector Garza wants some more money here. We're going to give it to him. He deserves it. All right, we're trying to get Baby Doll to put with Tully Blanchard. So we'll see if that one happens. Let's take a look at how much money we made. We made $13 million this month. Great stuff. Ticket sales were down a little bit, but look at pay-per-view revenue. Big money. We've almost doubled what we did the month before in pay-per-view revenue. Broadcast revenue, outstanding. A little bit less than before, but that's okay. Sponsors is up. Merchandise is up. Merchandise is where it's at, everybody. Great stuff here. WCW is really rolling it in. We continue to whoop WWF in the ratings, everybody. And that's what is important in my book. Look at that. Bret Hart, $1.5 million in merchandise. Good stuff. Sting's right behind him. Flair, Hogan. We're rolling in the money here, everybody. All right, that is going to do it for us, everybody, for this one. I hope you enjoyed the show because I enjoyed doing it. For those of you that are looking for more, you can find it. Check us out on social media at facebook.com/group/1987supermod. You can also find us over on Reddit under TEW Friends. Don't forget, everybody, you can find the 1987 Supermod. You can get all of our shows early and ad-free and so much more over on our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/PowerCast Network. Check it out today, everybody. It's just $5. You get access to all that good stuff. And as I continue to work on the 1998 mod, it will eventually be uploaded there also. Check it out today, everybody. Once again, that's patreon.com/PowerCast Network. Don't forget, everybody, cash it in. Your free membership to Wrestling Fans International Association. You can do it all over at thewfia.org. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next time.